Okay, safety first. So the fun thing about these is I just learned how to do them. I don't really know the proper way. I just know my way. And it's a lot of scribbling, so I just go for it. A lot of what I do is just like little squigglies because of the way his hair is so crimped already. So I just do like a little bit of that and just some places where I think would make sense. And I did that a little bit bigger than before. Sometimes I just go in and adjust it. Sometimes I keep them smaller. Try and keep, again, like the curly fur to it. We'll see. But it's just a lot of playing around and hoping that it works. That's how I approach coloring most of the time. I don't know if it's going to look good. I'm just trying things and having fun with it because that's the whole point, you know? I want it to look good, obviously. It's nice to get compliments. But the reason I'm doing this is to have fun. Also, bear with me. I've never done a voiceover before, so we will see how this goes. I think that's good enough for this color. And so then I went in the second color and I did a little bit of overlap with them. Thought it added nice dimension. Oh, feels like that's a little too similar. That's okay. Like I said, we're just figuring it out. Yeah, you just play around with it and see how it goes. Keep it a nice little mix going. Just going for these like little blotches. I think I don't want to go too far with it, so that's just what we're going with this guy. And then because the colors are so light, I don't really do any shading on these. Then when it comes to the little guy here, typically what I do when I'm doing like a full space is I will draw an outline to make sure I typically stay in the lines, although bleeding happens, and we just deal with it. It also like adds a nice definition. It tells you anything too crazy with his little nose or his feet. Yeah, I also feel like maybe his feet shouldn't be orange, but it's just how I've been doing it, so I'm kind of locked in now. I'll like move around between them as I let like the outline dry. So then I will go to this guy whose little nose is gonna match our puppy dog. Same thing there. And then I'm gonna do his outline. I feel like most people do everything at once, so I don't really know why I decided to move it this way, but this is how it works for me. And now back to our little friend. So then I just go in, work as quickly as possible so that I can avoid streaking. It's easy because he's a little guy. And now again, I let him dry before I go back into more shading. And I just sort of repeat the process for all of them. Okay, so back to this guy. I typically try to figure out where the light's coming from, let that decide how I'm gonna do the shading, but I also just know that I like a certain way on these little rounded bottoms. I'm gonna say the light's coming from here, like outwards sort of, so I'm just gonna do this. And I probably do a little bit more than I need to, but I like just to get a nice curve in there. And so just kind of map it out and then fill it in. And because I did all that, I'm gonna do that whole hand of the shade too. So now I'm gonna come into this, and then here I'll add more of a little curve to it. Again, probably exaggerate it more than I want to, but it's just how it's gonna be. Yeah, since the way I did this way, I'm gonna actually match that curve. I went a little too soon, but that's okay. Just because of how he is. I could probably go in with the gray, but that makes me nervous and I'm not there yet. So I'll probably just choose a color and do his shoes. What color for the shoes? I'm really liking the purples lately. Okay. And for some reason, I just think it's real fun to match this to the shoes on this guy. So I go in, shoot the little outline. Let's see about these slippers. Maybe just do colors I really like right now. A lot of my coloring is purely based off of vibes, not so much like planning. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna come up this way. It seems like it's maybe a little too soon. Do that like crisp line that I like. And then what's easy is since we already have these shadows, I just keep them going. Again, maybe it's a little too soon for that one. These really do take a little bit longer to dry than my okukus, which is nice because it feels more forgiving for the blend sometimes. Yeah, that's where we're at so far. And